morning, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Well, please join me in Gasho. Let us honor and remember Renee Nicole Wood, Alex Bricky, and the thousands of others in our community who have been suffering from the deportation activities happening all over our state. Well, with all that's been happening in Minnesota these past weeks, it's been very difficult to process all the fear and the sadness and the grief and the anger. It's hard to fathom that this is what's happening before our very eyes in our own neighborhoods. And for all our Zoomers out there, I know you come from all over the country, and you're probably aware of all the activity that's going on here in Minnesota, but it's been a very tough few weeks. And so I've really struggled about how to speak about that today. But since it's our Nirvana Day service, the Buddha's last teaching felt especially relevant today. As we just read before the sutra chanting, Nirvana Day remembers the passing of the historic Buddha Shakyamuni as after he felt critically ill from consuming tainted food. He settled in a place called Kushinagara near northern India, and realizing that the end was near, he had his bedding spread between two sala trees to provide shade and shelter. And there he laid down with his head to the north and his face to the west, and his right hand as a pillow. Ananda, his devoted disciple, felt lost at the thought of losing the Buddha and requested one final teaching. Shakyamuni reassured Ananda, saying, "Make of yourself a light. Rely upon yourself. Do not depend upon anyone else. Make my teachings your lamp. Rely upon them. Do not depend upon any other teaching. After my passing, the Dharma will be your teacher, and see the teachings as a way to awaken to the ultimate truth. Even though the physical body dies, the Dharma is eternal." He told his followers to look inward, emphasizing that truth and wisdom are strengths already within us. Don't cling to the outside world to find meaning or direction. Instead, cultivate the wisdom within and rely on it. Do not simply follow the crowd or mimic others. Blind imitation is ignorance. We are all born with a light within us, and the Buddha's teachings aim to help us develop this inner light to awaken ourselves. And by deep listening and following the path he shared, we learn how to relieve our suffering. And when we're able to cultivate even just a small amount of wisdom, we become truer human beings. And as we transform through ongoing awakening, we continually cast off our old human skins and become the persons we have the potential to be. Right now, we are witnessing the suffering caused by the three poisons: greed, and most vividly, anger and ignorance, not only in others, but within ourselves as well. If we can look beyond our anger and ignorance, we find the true wisdom that transforms into compassion. And here in Minnesota, we're seeing that transformation take place. Oneness in action, the interconnectedness of our lives. In response to the infiltration of 3,000 federal ICE agents and the shooting of Renee Good, more than 50,000 marchers braved the brutal winter cold, marching through downtown Minneapolis and refusing to be chilled into silence. Minnesotans rose up to have a voice, and we saw peace through power in numbers. The energy was disciplined and organized. It was a broad coalition of clergy, labor unions, immigrant rights groups, indigenous organizers, and everyday Minnesotans demanding justice and accountability. But tragically, the very next day, we were thrown back into the realms of anger and sorrow with yet another senseless killing, that of Alex Priddy. Yet the community came together again in unity to hold vigils in Alex's memory and to continue supporting those in need, those living in fear. And a contagious wave of kindness blankets our communities with care and compassion, because our neighbors are all living in fear and suffering financially, psychologically, and economically. The people of Minnesota have channeled their anger into compassionate action. Neighbors are protecting neighbors. Strangers are reaching out with empathy, offering every kind of service possible: groceries, shelter, rides to work, protection for children at bus stops, towing for cars abandoned after abductions, repairing smashed doors, pet care for abandoned animals, and every other kind of imaginable compassionate service. People are united in oneness to care and love for each other. Remarkable workings of great compassion. The voices and cries are being heard around the world, and this past Friday, it inspired another major march across the United States in cities large and small in support of the people of Minnesota. The Buddha's instructions to us all was to practice and amass roots of goodness by striving to be truly human in our everyday thought, speech, and action, and to follow the principles of nonviolence and to respect the sacredness of life. And there's been another remarkable event that's been widely broadcast across social media and the internet. A group of Theravada Buddhist monks from a community in Fort Worth, Texas, set out on October 26th on a 2,300-mile march for peace. These 19 monks, originally from Thailand, Vietnam, and Sri Lanka, are making their way by foot to Washington, D.C., expecting to finish by February 13th. Currently, they're in Virginia, having walked every day for the past 99 days. And they have been mostly warmly welcomed along their route, hosting meditations and public gatherings each night when they stop to rest, generally in churches and public spaces. And they continue to walk every day, despite major snowstorms of wind, ice, snow, and rain. Their aim is to awaken inner peace and spread loving kindness, not as a protest, but as a living demonstration of these virtues. And then there's Aloka, the dog, a once forgotten rescue who trotted along with them from the beginning. And right now, Aloka is recovering from a leg injury, but he will soon rejoin them in coming days. But he has brought much love and joy to his monk companions, and he is a happy inspiration to the crowds. And he even has his own Facebook page. We are all moved by the walking monks, and it's remarkable to see the crowds lining the streets, waiting for hours to get a glimpse and to listen to the nightly Dharma talk. Waves of people putting their hands together in gasho, perhaps without fully understanding the meaning of that. Yet they are mesmerized, finding peace in the aura of the tranquility, compassion, and loving kindness emanating from these venerable monks. People walk alongside of them for a few minutes and feel lighter. Others follow along their progress online as if it's a lifeline. Some do not even know why they are emotional, only that they are. The monk's aspiration is to go to Washington to seek recognition of Vesak, a national holiday in the United States. Vesak, among Buddhists, commemorates 3 major events in the Buddha's life: his birth, his enlightenment, and his passing, and honors the universal values of wisdom, compassion, and peace embodied in the Buddha's life. According to their website, this walk is not a political movement, nor is it focused on advocacy or legislation. Rather, it is a spiritual offering, an invitation to live peacefully through everyday actions, mindful steps, and open hearts, with the belief that when peace is cultivated within, it naturally ripples outward into society. How wonderful that this message is resonating with so many people through this simple gesture of walking peacefully. These 19 walking monks have become a symbol of world peace. Renee Good, Alex Pretty, Chong Li Tao, the elderly Hmong man detained, and little Liam Ramos, the 5-year-old boy in a bunny hat. They have become symbols of the struggle here in Minneapolis. But Amida Buddha is our symbol, the symbol of boundless compassion and wisdom, of oneness, of great compassion, whose light shines on all of us and helps awaken our humanity so that we can find joy, peace, and the same awakening that Shakyamuni encountered. I feel that this chaos and pain here in Minneapolis is not going to end overnight or anytime soon. But we are witnessing the workings of Amida's great compassion, signs of humanity rising from the depth of our anger and sorrow and awakening us to the ultimate truth, that through kindness and compassion, we can find peace. Through the difficult days ahead, let us keep working to awaken ourselves and allow that transformation to take place within our hearts. And with these words that the monks recite as they finish their daily prayers, may you and all beings be well, happy, and at peace. Namo Das. Namo Das.
Namo Das. Namo Das.